today's session, we're going to learn how to create a CAD layout. So before we get started, I'm going to show you the windows I used on my layout. So transform, align, pathfinder, swatches, color guide, color. Then I have the stroke, the gradient, transparency, and then my artboards, layers, and then I have my other tools here. So let's get started. We're going to create a new document, so file, new. I like to use 8.5 letter because it's easier for the client to print out. So we're going to name it Cad Layout. And let's double check 8.5 by 11, color mode RGB, 300 DPI. Let's create that. So the first step that I like to do is use the rectangle tool, and we're going to create the header. So you're going to create a rectangle. It could be any size you want, but this is kind of the size I like to use. And we're going to make that, we're going to go here to where the fill is, and you want a none. You go to the stroke, and let's do a 0.5 by 35. You can do this by highlighting it, stroke, and then switching here. Okay. So I like to use like a darker gray for this, and let's use that one. That's perfect. Okay. So now we're going to create different sections to put all the information in. So let's move this a little bit down. I don't like it that high up. Okay. So now we're going to use the pen tool, and we're going to go using the pen tool, we're going to go to the top path and lower it to the bottom path. We're going to use 5 sections. So we're going to use 6 sections. So we're going to have 5 of these. So we're going to go highlight. We're going to click on the line. We're going to go edit, copy, edit, paste. But we're going to do paste in place. So now that it's paste in place, we're going to move it to the side. Make sure you hold shift when you're moving it so it stays in the same spot. So we're going to go again, edit, copy, edit, paste in place. Okay, so we're going to need 5 of these. So another way you can copy it without going up here is by clicking it, shifting, moving it, and then holding option and shift. And then you can create. So we're going to copy it one more time. Okay, so now we have 5. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can move them around. We're going to move them around as we create the information. So the first thing is I like to put my logo on this side. So we're going to highlight the logo, and we're going to paste it here. Using shift, you're going to go in the corner, and you're going to size it. So, oops, grab all of it, and you're going to size it so it can fit in that corner. Okay, so now that it's fit there, I'll move this one, holding shift so it can stay in the same place, and I'll move it around right there, keeping that almost in the middle, just so it shows the logo. Let's move it a little bit more. Okay, so now we have the logo there, and the first thing we're going to do is grab the type tool, and we're going to click it right here. Okay, so the first thing is you can use any font you want. So first we're going to type the name. So name. And then we're going to click on the name, and we're going to change the font. I like to use Avenir, the font, and let's do medium. Okay, now that it's there, we're going to change the size. I like to use a smaller size because this might be a personal thing, but I don't like it when it's in your face. and we're going to change the color. So fill, once the fill's there, we're going to change it to a lighter or darker gray or a lighter black, and we're going to place it there. So that's pretty good. Again, same way we did the other ones. We're going to click on it, edit, copy, edit, paste in place. And we're going to, holding shift, you're going to drag it and put it over here. Okay, so the next one would be project. Project. And we're going to do this 1, 2, 3 more times. And the next one will be the date. Okay, so we're going to go to the type tool and we're going to highlight and we're going to put date. We're going to do this a couple more times. Again, you can either drag it, hold Option and Shift to copy, or edit, undo. You can do click on it, edit, copy, edit, paste, and place. And then drag it holding shift so it doesn't move up or down. So now we're going to grab again the pen tool and we're going to put revise date. And I'll explain what each one means once we start filling them in. And again, we're going to copy that one, shift, and we're going to keep it in place. And here we're going to put page. Okay. So now we can move these around. So name, keep it close to the dash line, project. So we don't really need that big of the size because the name, I don't think it's going to be that big. The project, so keep these the same size. The date can be a little bit smaller. So keep them there. So keep these the same. Try to keep those kind of the same size. Okay. And page, so you don't really need that big of space on page. Okay, so now we have all these figured out. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit, copy. Don't place it yet. We're going to create a new layer. So now we have the second layer. We're going to lock the bottom layer. So now you can't grab anything. Everything that you just put is locked. So now on the new layer, I like to double click it and change the color. You can keep it red if you want, but I always like to work on the same color for some reason. And we're gonna now that we have that one, make sure you're clicked on the second one. We're gonna do edit, paste in place. Now we're gonna drag it a little bit to the side, and now we're gonna make this black, and we're gonna make it at a 9. So now it's bigger. Okay, so now here's where you put the name. I like to use capitalize, so I'm going to name this Cad Layout. Okay, so doing the same thing you did earlier, you're going to click on it with your selection tool, edit, copy, edit, paste, and place. And holding shift, you're going to drag it to the right. And you're going to put, or you're going to type, let's say, what's this project? Cad Layout Tutorial. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing to every single one. So holding shift, option, you can drag it to this one and it'll copy it. And we'll see today's date, September 29th, 2019. So we'll do 09 space dash, wait, what was it? 29 space 29 space dash space 19. Okay. So that's the date we're creating this. We're going to copy it again, put it on this section, and we're going to put, since we're not revising it yet, I like to just put 0 0, and 0, because you don't know when you're going to revise it. And I also like to put this in red because when I open, I want to see if it has been revised, it hasn't been revised. If somebody else opens it, they know when the last revision was. And then we're going to copy this one, put it in the page, and today we're only using one page, so we're going to do 01 space dash out of 01. So if there's two pages, you can put 01 out of 02 or 03. Okay, so now we have our header. This is the first step. If you've done the first tutorial, you've learned how to create a t-shirt. So this is where this comes in handy. You're going to copy it. So you're going to make sure everything's unlocked. You're going to grab the selection tool, edit, copy. You're going to go back to your CAD layout, and you're going to do edit, paste. Or paste in place, whichever one you want, but it doesn't really matter right now. So now we have the front of the T. So we'll line it up. I usually create these CADs to show my client how the art's going to look on a t-shirt or t-shirt colors I want to use. Okay, so now you're going to grab all of these and you're going to do edit, copy, edit, paste. Or paste in place. Paste. It doesn't have to be paste in place because you're going to move it. So now again, holding shift, you're going to make it smaller. And then you're going to do edit, copy, edit, paste, and you're going to move it to the side. So now you have 3 t-shirts. And you can highlight these 2 and make them bigger if you want, smaller, whatever you think. There's no really proper size of doing it. So now we're going to change the colors. If your shirt is grouped together, you can ungroup, but I usually like to use the direct selection tool and just click on the body. This is going to let you just go to your fill and change it whatever color you want. Black, red, yellow, gray, whatever color you need. So let's make this one black. Doing the same thing with a direct selection, click on it, and you're going to change the color of this one. Let's change this to a royal blue, and let's keep this one white. So now we're going to name it. Same layer, layer 2. You're going to click the type tool, and you're going to type black. And then you're going to go to your paragraph and align to center. The reason why I do that is I can align it to center with the shirt. And it's balanced. Okay, so now we're going to do edit, copy, edit, paste. And we're going to center it with this one. And then we're going to do paste. And we're going to center this one with this one. So now we're going to highlight it and type royal blue. And here we're going to type white. So now you have your basic layout, something that you're going to show your client. And the next step would be either to put a graphic and change the colors, or if you're just going to show your client the blanks you want to use, you can just show this. So let's go over it again. We have our header with your logo, the name of the project, the name of the CAD, the project, your date today, revised date, and the pages you're using. You have your main shirt where you're going to show your art in a larger form, and then the different colorways, how it's going to look in different ones. The next step would be, if you like everything, you're going to go to File, Save, and you're going to save it into whatever folder you like. And this completes this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.